Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe.
Welcome everybody to day 8 of Kenya Confessionals, and today was a pretty cool experience. We got to go on safari of the Maasai Mara, which is a national park here in Kenya, world famous. It's a wildlife reserve park, so that you can't kill the animals, so all the wildlife is flourishing in their greatness, and it was pretty cool. So we got to experience that. What were your thoughts? Take it away.
This is more you. I mean, it was animals. I enjoyed it.
You enjoyed it. I knew you were gonna try to come up here and say you.
No, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot more than like when we go to the zoo or aquariums when you just having a ball and I really don't care. I enjoyed this a lot more because I was in Africa. But we saw lions, elephants, giraffes, zebras. It was great.
It was a lot. We saw a lot, and well, first it took us an hour. We had to get up at 4:30 this morning. It took us an hour and a half to get there over some really, really terrible roads.
I got a concussion.
We went over a speed bump at like 50 miles an hour.
It completely lifted me up out my seat and hit my head.
So that wasn't cool. But yeah, so the roads were terrible all the way there. And
for an hour and a half.
But I mean, you did get to see like the sunrise. You got some pretty dope pics.
The roads at the safari were actually
the roads
on the way there.
The trails in the safari were really smooth. But it was terrible to and from. It was the worst. Just the roads are just bad. They're just dirt roads with just rocks.
Rocky
and
roads.
Just,
not even dirt.
The rocky roads. Yeah, you're just sitting there vibrating the whole time. But yeah, it was cool. Once we got there, we had to wait a little while. They had to check passports and whatnot. But before we even pulled in, we saw zebras, and we saw a giraffe cross the street.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool. It's the first time I've seen a giraffe that close. So that was cool. That was before we even pulled into the park.
I feel like we saw a giraffe at Disney's Handmade. There in
that
Kingdom Safari.
That don't count.
It was a real live giraffe though.
I don't recall.
Whatever.
So we had to stop, chill, They checked our passports. We went in, and then we started seeing stuff left and right. It was crazy. We saw elephants. We actually got to see some what was it? Buffalo. There were buffalo, and it was some beef between the buffalo and the lionesses. So the female lions. It looked like the lionesses they tried to attack the buffalo, and then the buffalo ended up chasing them up the tree. This is my story. This is what I think happened.
Yeah, granted, when we drove up, all we saw was one lioness in the tree, one in a smaller tree.
No, when we first pulled up, we saw that one lion, lioness standing in the field.
It was one standing in the field,
and she was looking at the buffalo, like she was getting ready to attack.
And then we drove a little bit more, and then we saw another one in a tree and another one in a smaller tree. Yeah. And they just sat there.
They was just chilling.
And first, you didn't think the buffalo attacked. You thought they was preying on the buffalo.
Yeah, I thought
they were about to attack the buffalo.
Yeah, but then when
we found out.
Then I saw the buffalo, like they was like looking up at the lion, like they was taunting it. Yeah. So it was a cool. We probably sat there for about at least 30 minutes. I feel like it was 30 minutes. It might have been less than that.
We were narrating everything. Yeah, like we knew what was going on.
I was getting my my Steve Irwin on. Crikey, mate.
Can you see another lion on top of it?
On top of the tree? Oh, I see it. It's right above it. It's right above the buffaloes too.
Oh, stop it!
It is.
In the ice. Oh my god!
It's right in.
Cool.
It's right in.
I knew there's more.
Now I gotta stand up to see if something happens.
It's this something. Let's just sit right here. Something is about to happen. Somebody's about to get snapped.
That's why she on the lookout right here.
Is she? But yeah, so that was cool. So that was a really cool experience. Then we went, so we saw a rhino, which is cool. They're about extinct. They're trying to get the numbers up for the rhino. So we did see one rhino. So on a rhino hunt. Oh, I see it.
You guys, you are like,
Well, lucky. That's 4 of the 5, right?
And we're like an hour into this.
Oh, that's beautiful, man. And it's, from what we were told is that it's pretty rare to see as much as we saw. There's people that pay thousands of dollars to stay on the Mara, and they don't get to see what we saw
Or to
today.
ride a hot air balloon
Or to
over
ride- yeah.
the Mara.
Yeah, that was pretty cool too. They have the hot air balloons in the morning to catch the sunrise, which is really dope. And then the coolest thing we saw today was the Great Migration. So if you're a National Geographic nerd like me, then you've seen this before on National Geographic, where the wildebeest come and there's a little hill, and there's millions of wildebeest across on
They're
millions.
not going extinct no time soon.
No, they're not. There's a million. There's like literally 1.5 million, according to my research. 1.5 million wildebeest. Elephant was the last game. Big Five. Yeah, so elephant. Sorry. Sorry. But 1.5 million wildebeest come, and they have to cross a river, and they cross this river and come to the other side, so they can feed. Apparently, there's more.
I was about to say, but why?
There's more grass because it's the grass
is green on the other side.
Yes, exactly. So they come over. They have to come over to feed, and the part they come from is Tanzania. So we crossed over into Tanzania. We did cross over into Tanzania, but the wildebeest come from the Tanzania side over to the Mara side, which is in Kenya.
Tanzania,
as the Kenyans say, Tanzania. Excuse me. So we actually got to see this thing on this event only happens once, and we happened to catch it once per year, and we happened to catch it when we were there. It was pretty cool. We camped out for about 30 minutes. I feel like maybe
it was
an hour, maybe
we ate
an hour.
lunch and everything.
We ate lunch just sitting there waiting.
Yeah.
We were just waiting for them to come across. All of a sudden, one would come down. It would bring a bunch of them with them,
and they would
stop
right at the
back.
water.
They would stop at the water and then turn around and go back. We like, dang, we ain't gonna get it. So then, all of a sudden, one comes down, and they all start going. It's like thousands of them coming across the river at one time, or not one at one time. They're coming across in a big line. And it was pretty cool.
And I had no clue what was happening. I didn't know what no Great Migration was. I didn't even know what a wildebeest was.
Yeah.
Did not know. But it was still kind of cool
very
to see
cool
happening.
experience. If you're, like I said, if you're a nerd like myself, it's a very cool experience. And it was awesome. And then after we saw it happen on three different, because there's 3 different, or there's like, I think 7 different parts that you can cross on, where there's like a little ramp that they come down, and we stopped at 3 and got to see it happen 3 different times, which is very cool. And zebras.
But what I learned, wildebeest are not smart, and zebras are very smart.
Zebras are smarter than wildebeest, because
yes.
the wildebeest will literally jump off a cliff.
Just falling off the cliff. Fall off the cliff. Tumble down, get up, and then go through the water. The zebra's like, nah, bruh.
Yeah.
We're going to go around, take this nice little path.
Take the path down.
You know,
and
eloquently
gallop
down.
Gallop down.
Gallop down.
Literally, that's how it happened, though.
Prance through the water, and
that's
the wildebeest
exactly
was like, I'm going to just
happened.
fall off the cliff and
That's
go
exactly how it happened, though. No exaggeration. The zebras were just frolicking. Meanwhile, this hippopotamus in the water, the hippos don't mess with them. but they're just hippos, like tens of hippos sitting in the water. And then I was waiting on. What I really wanted to see was the alligator get one of them, and apparently that did happen, but I didn't see it. A couple of our other team members said they saw where an alligator had got one of the wildebeest. I didn't see it. But that's what I really want to see. I want to see an alligator or something, a lion or something, to come out and get one of them so I could, on some real live National Geographic stuff. But we didn't get a chance to see that. But it was still cool.
The lion we did see had got something, or somebody got him.
Dude.
He was laying down under a tree, and we thought he was sleeping. I got up a little bit closer, and he was just, he was tired or hurt or what, but his, like you said, real life scar. His eye was bloody.
We saw the real life scar.
He could barely open his eye. It was like a different color, like he had got hurt. So I don't know if he won and had dinner, or if the other person won and he was hurt. I don't know what happened.
So we ended up seeing. So earlier we saw the female lions, but then we ended up pulling around this one part and saw a male lion.
Yeah. And
he was jacked up. Well, you couldn't tell because he,
like,
when we first saw him, he was
real close
asleep.
to him, y'all, and he didn't even care.
Close.
He was just like, "Can you just please leave me alone right now?"
When we first saw him, he was asleep, so we couldn't see his face. But then we pulled around. As we pulled around the corner, you could see his face. He had blood on his face, and he had his eye was jacked. Like, I don't know if it was missing or it was just bloody.
You couldn't see it.
I couldn't see his eye. Yeah, he had one. He had one eye open, and the other one was jacked. The real life scar. I was like, wow, this is crazy. We saw literally everything in the Lion King.
Hyenas.
We saw hyenas. We saw baboons. Mm-hmm. The only thing we didn't see was a meerkat. That's the only thing we didn't see. We saw antelopes. Everything. So it was fun, man. It was fun. I didn't think we were gonna see that much.
Is it Pumbaa? What is he?
Oh yeah, the warthog.
Yeah,
we saw warthogs. We saw everything. Yeah, we saw it all. So it was cool. Cool experience, man. It was really cool. Then we had to get up out of there. And we saw hippos, too. They have a hippo pool. The hippo pool was pretty cool. They were making really weird noises. But that was about it, man. It's a really cool experience. We got some excellent footage that I plan on sharing. And it was awesome. It was awesome. So, and then we had to take the sad ride back.
There and back.
Yeah, it was tough.
Great. Other than that, it was fantastic. Fantastic. All right. So that being said, what are we doing tomorrow?
Tomorrow we are going 6-hour drive back to Nairobi, and we're gonna stop in Narok, which is one of the small cities on the way back to get some more food, and that's it. And then on Sunday we fly back home.
Yep.
Amazing experience. Absolutely amazing.
Life changing.
For sure. But that being said, we out.
Kwaheri.
He's pooping.
Elephant.
party.
Yarar Masole, Alabenya la Rabat, Yarar Masole, Virisi no Ginjuye, Yarar Masole, Meta Yenegiro, Yarar Masole.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, he's huge. That's a great picture. That's a great picture. Nate, you better stop.
I can't make animals either. I'm just saying.
Some more down here though.
Oh, they're ready.
That's a great Oh, there's another one right there too. There's two of them, I think. I got you, Sherry. No worries, I got you. No, there's two. Three, yeah. We definitely did, because they were about to get it.
Watching, like and subscribe.